Table Racers, it is October 5th, and that means only one thing. My birthday's coming up in 11 days, so we have shopping days left. It's October 16th. So call me, I have a list, no problem.
Get him some Buffalo Bills.
I got enough of that. My name's Tim Back, and sitting next to me is the one, the only, my best friend of 24 years now.
Warren Brissell.
There you go, very well, that's good. Pronunciation is perfect. Like you're not even from...
I didn't pregame too much.
Too much is the key word this time. Appreciate you being on. Why do we have a bucket of beer up there, Warren?
We have a bucket of beer up there because this is Pub Table Racers. We like to sit around, drink beer, and talk about racing and
Have a
talk
good time.
to unsung heroes,
Exactly.
I like to call them.
Right.
And it's
I
Miller
brought
High Life
my
because of
koozie.
Bobby Allison.
That's right, our buddy
You
Bob.
know, I can go get a koozie.
Then go get one. It's your house.
Good.
We're coming to you live from the Rapid Removal Studios. Our sponsor, Darren Russell. We thank him. If you want a 20-yard container, check him out. Look up Darren on Facebook. And he doesn't have a page yet for his business. And what's his deal?
Your shit is his bread and butter.
Because he'll remove your debris,
That's right.
construction stuff, anything, you just get rid of it. He's the guy. Also, we want to thank RacingJunk.com. Buy, sell, trade. A lot of great stuff there. If it's got wheels, they have it.
Wheels, skis,
They do a good job of promoting us on their
snowmobiles,
website
four-wheelers,
with 1.2 million followers.
everything.
Yeah. I didn't drink to your toast.
Drink. Cheers.
That tastes almost as good as another Buffalo Bills shutout.
I don't know what a Buffalo Bills shout out is.
You will later this year.
I doubt it.
All right, and another sponsor. Rapid Removal. Oh, the Garage Shop. Yes.
Garage Shop, yeah.
That was
Aaron,
fun.
he
We
was
had
just
Aaron
on last week.
A lot of cool stuff going on there. This weekend, past week, I got to go to Delaware. Labwares are kind of our backer there.
To the mansion.
I stayed at a place called Oberrod, built in 1937. Got to be around some cool cars. So a lot of good things coming out there. Oh, I'm at the Garage Shop today. I walk in, boom, there's Daryl Walter. Hey, Daryl.
Just hanging out
Just
there.
hanging out. Yeah. You never knew you were going to find me.
Perfect.
I love it. All right, let's talk about tonight. Our guests are Lisa and Craig Smokstad. Great people. They've been NASCAR team members for opposite teams for many years. So we're going to find out what it's like and what maybe some Sunday evening or Monday night dinner conversations might be like when one beats the other.
20 plus years in the sport together.
Exactly. Lisa's been at the same team since 1999.
Yeah.
I wasn't even here yet. I started here in 2000.
I just got here.
You just got here. Yeah. Imagine that. One team all that time. That means she's really good at what she does. She is the lead tire specialist, and her husband Craig from Stewart Haas Racing. We'll have him on. But first, let's get to the news.
Let's get to this news, yeah.
First of all, John West Townley. We know you've heard about it. We send our condolences to him and his family. Weird situation down there in Georgia, but
Right.
God bless. He was still one of our drivers, and we worked with him for a little bit there at RCR. But our condolences to the family and friends. What else we have? Oh, Phoenix International Raceway.
I got other things. Go ahead.
Real quick, it is sold out already. It's sold out. It is sold out for the season finale, so that bodes
It's
well.
not like Mental Awareness Week or anything like that.
No, it's you know what? Stop.
Okay. God.
And that's how the show ended. We're thrown off the air
Can't
again.
end that.
I know.
That.
But anyhow, so I thought it's pretty cool.
Innuendo, that's called.
Stop it, Phoenix. Focus on me.
All right, Phoenix.
Sold out.
Great.
Sold out. Way ahead of
The
time.
finale.
That's a good sign. I like that. That's good. That's all we got for the news. Let's talk about Talladega truck race. First time winner Tate Fogelman.
All first time winners.
Oh, first time in NASCAR history.
Okay.
Think about that. Well, that's pretty
So
big.
here's what we say about that place, though. And, I said this on our show. If you're not on fire and upside down and in the fence, you can win the thing. Period.
Right. And they were actually...
You got to remember, I worked for Michael Waltrip, and I think he's won there twice or three
Right.
times,
Mhm.
whatever
Twice.
it was. And
Twice there,
it's the
twice
only
there.
place he's ever won that in
Sure.
Daytona. So,
Exactly.
I mean,
Right.
it's not that...
But he was-
I shouldn't say it's not that hard, but it's...
You have to be there at the end.
Yeah,
And
you got to
even
be
if
in
you're
one piece.
Tate was sideways at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, came across the line. Hey, congrats to you, Tate, first time winner. Then Saturday, I love this one. Brandon Brown,
Yeah.
family team.
Let's go, Brandon.
They were cheering for him at the end. Let's go, Brandon. I thought that was great.
Were they saying that?
Kelly Stoss, whatever she did there, she covered it. I was like, oh, Kelly, that's not what they're saying. But but anyhow.
My kid said that. Dad, that's not what they're saying. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, that's not what they're saying. That's okay. But no, what a great win.
It's awesome for those people.
Yes, because it's great. I love the enthusiasm. That kid's been working so
Right.
hard, and a family team. So, cheers to you, Brandon.
Cheers.
I will drink that one.
And I'll go on to Bubba real quick. Because there's
No,
some
I'm done.
negative,
We're done with Xfinity. Let's go.
yeah, there's some negative stuff about it, and it bothered me a little bit. Because here's what I'm going to say: he was in the lead.
Yep.
He was leading the race.
Yep.
The car was very fast. That's a Joe Gibbs race car. I don't care what anybody says. That's a fully blown Toyota race car, and he was fast. He was leading. He was where he needed to be at the right time. There was nothing swayed about that.
No.
And they waited. I mean, when it started raining, I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
When I got home, that I'm 15 minutes away, they hadn't called it yet.
Right.
I turned the TV on, they just called it. So it isn't like they just, oh, it's raining, call the race,
That's right.
Bubba wins,
They
we're
did.
done,
I get it.
everybody load up. No,
And
it was
it
was as fair and square as anybody's won in the rain before.
Right.
Let me tell you that.
So let me ask you a question, because
Yes.
you and I both experienced something in the
Yes.
race 2003
With the good friend of ours, Slugger.
Slugger and Michael Waltrip, the 2003 Daytona 500.
Yeah.
We
One
Slugger
in the
found
rain.
out sitting in the porta john in the rain.
Yeah.
Are we turning in our 500 rings?
No.
Hell no. I'm keeping the
No.
same.
There's a lot of them that
Darn thing.
have lobsters from winning in the rain
sure,
up there. So
Exactly. Kansas won the 500 the same
Forget
way.
it. Yeah.
So guess what? It is what it is, kids. If you don't like it as Bubba, then you're just a jackass. Guess what?
Right.
He won it. He done it, and that's it.
car was fast.
Here's something for you, though. I looked up a stat because that's what I do because I'm a geek. Of the last since Bubba finished second in the Daytona 500, he has gained more points than any Cup driver on the plate races combined. So it's not like he just stumbled in like,
Right.
oh, hey, what's this plate racing thing?
He's okay at it.
So, Bubba, congratulations to you
Yeah.
and all our friends. Ed Watkins, we had him on
Yep.
there. So all those guys.
A lot of good
McDonald.
guys over there don't take nothing away.
And that was the first win since 1994 or 2000, whatever it was, a long time for McDonald's. So good for them.
94, I caught
94.
that,
Yep.
yeah.
Everyone was happy about that.
Probably with Sadler or something.
No, it was Jimmy Spencer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, going way back.
Jimmy could eat some Big Macs, I bet you.
He probably did. Yep. He's going to save money off it.
Wait a minute.
Is this my summer one?
I'll have a Big Mac.
Is this my summer
Let me get
cut
this,
or is this
let
my
me get
winter
this
cut?
adjusted here.
I'm going to get a haircut. Here, bring it back when you're done with it. Well, I guess he's off the
Take
guest
his
list.
helmet off.
I'll just have a beer.
All right, should we bring him up?
Anyhow, so all you detractors, NASCAR, I'm not watching. Too bad, so sad. He won. All right, that's
Right.
it. Congrats to the whole team. And for Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, that's good
It was
too.
great, yeah.
DoorDash, all the people that jumped on. So that's it. Let's do it. Okay. Our guest tonight, we are very, very happy to have them on. Very honored. They are a husband and wife team, Lisa and Craig Smokstad. They are from Minnesota. They have been around the sport for 30-something years, you guys said?
In racing
In
for
racing.
30.
Right.
Here since 99,
99,
right?
right.
So bring him up. We
96.
got,
All
well,
right, let's
here.
bring him up. So Craig he works as a mechanic at Stewart Haas Racing. We work together at Childress.
Childress,
Childress,
yes, sir.
yep. So come on up, have a seat. Cheers, Minnesota. Cheers, Minnesota. They got their Minnesota stuff on. You guys good there? And we got
Ate
rid-
my
hey,
package.
congratulations! You're the first people to get rid of Warren. Oh, he's back. So I don't need. Oh, by the way, before we get started, folks, see these items sitting here in front of us? They're not just decorations. They're merchandise for sale. You can buy them. Buy them for your kids. Buy them for people you don't like.
Right.
See, a tumbler's only $20. Hats are $20. We have T-shirts and we have stickers again too. We got stickers. Everyone likes stickers,
I
right?
had to get stickers for KB Belmont. He went racing.
Yeah,
and
we're
he had-
racing.
Had to
Yeah.
have some on his car.
Okay, you see this? I don't need the notes for that. There we go. Hey, first of all, cheers. Thanks for being
Cheers.
on with us. There you go.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Jim.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Appreciate you.
All right, so let's get it started. Oh, we got to drink. I didn't drink the toast. Okay, now we've all wet our whistles. Yeah, we're good. So first of all, how long have you guys been married?
Shit.
Nope,
Oh,
that's not.
that's right.
He didn't say that.
No, I
Okay.
can't swear.
25, right?
Well,
26.
let's go like this. How long have you been together? Just, you
28 years.
28 years.
It'll
Together.
be 28. No, it's longer than that. 32 together.
Okay, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Time
way
to trade
way
in.
pre-COVID.
way
Yeah,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
pre-COVID,
Time to trade
pre
in for a
everything,
younger model.
Oh, jeez.
pre-internet, pre-laptops.
Yeah.
Right, so who was it? Were you both in racing in Minnesota, or
No, just I was.
okay? And how did you get your start?
My dad was a racer his whole life. And
Mhm.
we were family race, quarter midgets, and ASA cars and local late models, and
Right.
stuff like that.
Did you drive, or did you just work on it?
I just worked on them.
Never wanted to drive,
I did, but it cost too much money. My brother didn't care about the dollar back then.
right?
I did.
Okay, got it. All right, so it was a local family team.
Yep.
Okay, you did good with it, I take it.
Yeah, we had good success with it.
Very good.
Yep.
And yourself?
So I went to the races. Like there's a local track
Which one?
in my town, Raceway Park in Shakopee. It's
Okay.
no longer around, but I actually worked there. And then home from college, actually, it was just a weekend job that we used to support our gymnastics team. Is how I started, and then I realized I could work Saturdays and Sundays
Mm-hmm.
when I was home from college the first year, and that's when I met Craig.
So what were
At
you
the
doing at the
racetrack.
track?
Yeah.
At the racetrack.
Weenie
Yes, I
Queen.
met him.
What were you doing?
I was not the weenie queen, but I did work in the hot dog stand.
Wow, I didn't even know where to go with that one. I know where I could have, but I didn't.
Right,
So,
right.
so you were working in the concession stand. We can
Yes.
say
Yes, yeah.
For a really
yeah.
long time, we weren't supposed to say that
Okay,
ever,
got it.
but now, like, whatever.
that. My first job ever was working the concession stand
Yeah.
at a racetrack in Buffalo. So I hear you.
Yeah, and I saw Craig.
You saw Craig, and, it
And
was
were
like,
you guys
ooh,
like, this is pretty fresh out of high school, probably?
Yeah, first year. We were
Yeah.
19.
19?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. So you saw him and went, ooh, that's my guy.
Was it
I
drinking
did. I
age?
said,
Seriously?
I said, that guy's going to father my children someday.
Drinking age was probably 19 in
Yeah,
Minnesota,
well,
wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
it was
it
21,
wasn't.
no,
No,
but she worked the pit concession stand, so that's-
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say.
in the pit.
Oh, we're all the
Yes.
drivers.
Right.
So of all those drivers and
I
crew guys,
know.
you were the
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
And when you saw her, you thought, oh my God, she's pouring my hot dog again.
Yeah.
What?
No, she was good. 'Cause,
Okay.
You know, I could. Huh?
Anyhow.
Anyway.
Maybe she gave you a little extra, right? Here,
So
free
well,
fries.
Extra
I
ketchup.
already got my
Here's some
change
free
back.
fries.
He's got my change. Did you get your change back now?
No.
No.
That's
That's
not.
perfect. James Bender says hello, sis and bro.
Oh, yay.
Hey, Ben.
Very good. That's it.
Hey, bro.
People are making comments in here. Just Packers versus Viking. Steve Crone. How
Oh,
many cases?
Kroners.
How many cases of beer are you up to? 20 plus?
I think so,
Yes.
Croner.
18 Kroner, but thanks for asking.
Yes.
All right. So when did the transition happen for you to come down here? Real quick, I'm gonna bet it wasn't you applied at Charlotte Motor Speedway to work in concession.
No.
Okay, that was
So-
my first choice.
So I was in college. I have a degree in psychology. Is where it really started. And then Craig's team, his friend couldn't show up to one of, like, you know, I'd go to we started racing lacrosse, and I was just like, whatever, kind of helped out. Well, his friend couldn't come. Yep. Good old cheesehead. And he was a tire specialist, and Craig's like, oh, you can do it. And I'm like, I have no idea what. But up until then, I was like doing the math for him. Like,
On the tires.
yeah,
and
for
everything like that.
stagger.
For stagger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of had the
Lauren's good at
idea.
stagger.
We're gonna
Yes.
start. There's gonna be a lot of yas and yas and
Yeah,
yas
it
coming
does.
here, just so you're
Betcha.
aware of that, because they already got me going.
I already feel it.
I just
too.
caught myself twice going yeah, yeah.
Betcha.
You bring it on. Hey, that's no
Stagger, yeah.
It's all good. All right, so
So that I filled in, and that's where it started. So it wasn't really.
We won
like
that. We won that night.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
so been the tire person
Specialist.
ever since.
tire specialist.
And then, so then we were ASA racing up in Brainerd.
A driver.
My
With
brother,
Ted.
my brother was
Yeah.
a driver.
Okay, got it.
And whole family operation. So Doug, so his dad and brother really let me do it. If you
Okay.
think about it, I mean, I was free help. Don't get me wrong, kind of free, but
Didn't work out
that's
to be free.
yes, it did not work out that way. But that's what we were
Always sounds
racing
good,
up
yeah.
in Brainerd, and Schrader was there,
Okay.
and I started kind of hanging out. We were parked next to him and started
Turn
hanging out
6.
with them. Turn 6.
To this day, if you ask Schrader if he's ever been to turn 6 at Brainerd,
Yeah.
He'll know exactly what you're
shake
talking
his
Yeah.
head
about.
and say never again.
Okay.
It was fun. A lot of our friends were up there, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the start of it. He said, if I don't know, that's where Craig comes in.
Yeah.
I don't know what he.
Drinking beer, and he says, "You ever want to come south? You know, I'll
And
hire
you don't tell someone that. You don't joke around about it.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
he was
so
like,
Schrader's running his own deal. Was he already done with Hendrick at this
Yes,
point?
Yes.
he was. I think he was the skull car at the time with Petrie.
Yeah,
Okay.
He was.
So we
You got a good Schrader story that you can tell us?
They're all good. When it
They're all
comes to
good.
Schrader.
They're all
That you
good.
can
I
tell
can't-
publicly.
Not
We'll see.
yet.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Well,
How many guys do you know that are missing digits that are some of your best friends? Almost all of them,
I
right?
was just
most
I mean, you
gonna
got
say,
Slugger, you got Schrader, you got Todd
That's
Berry.
right.
It's all like, you know.
I was close.
All right.
But
Dylan,
all the
yeah.
great ones are missing a
Yeah.
couple of. We're pitting for form. Bender always tells that story about what is that, 3 1/4?
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. The transition. So he said that to you. And so
He said it to me, so we finished out the season ASA racing. Our last race was in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. I think at the end of '95, and we're loading the hauler after the race, and Scott Hansen pulls up in a rental car. He's like, "Hey, you want to go south, go get a job, go racing?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go work for Schrader, drive for Schrader."
Hanson was.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, hang on a minute." So I go to my dad. I'm like, "Hey, can you take the hauler home?" He's like,
this happened at the track.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Like right after the race, he
Okay.
says, "Why would I drive the hauler home?" I
Right.
says, "Because I'm going south. I'm gonna go get a job with Schrader."
And he
He
said,
"Go for it."
"Good. All right.
This
Good
is pretty
report,
much
Ted."
had a suitcase then. You're
Yeah,
talking
this
about.
duffel bag, and came down here, shook a hand for $300 a week, and
What year's that about?
90 into 95.
Okay.
I think he moved
Oh,
in
yeah,
'96.
okay.
Okay. So now, and you were happy about that 300
Oh
bucks.
yeah.
You thought it was great,
Yeah,
right?
then-
Yeah, that ain't bad money
No,
back then
yeah,
for
sure.
a
Yeah.
20-year-old kid,
Yeah.
right? Or 19.
Yeah.
So
You came down
Yep.
as a mechanic.
yep.
Okay.
And then came down, made the deal, went home, and came back in the beginning of '96.
Okay.
You know, just after the holidays and stuff,
And started ASA racing. He had an ASA team that
Yeah.
year.
All right.
So then I would just fly.
Okay.
I still was up.
Schrader had an ASA team, and
Yep.
Scotty was driving
Yep.
for
Yep.
him.
That's
Okay.
when Mike Wallace was
Got
driving the truck.
Okay.
The
Perfect.
Oakwood
Yep.
Homes truck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Oakwood Homes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Yes.
a memory. Yeah.
yeah, right.
Mike tunes in once in a while when he's really, really, really bored.
That's cool.
really, really,
Mike
really.
today.
That's good. All right. So then you came down and you were flying
To
down
the
here
race.
or to the races.
Yeah,
races.
to the
Were you
races.
so-
I'd usually fly here and then because we had to drive everywhere. So
And were you doing tires still, or were you?
yes,
You, so
yeah.
Still a
So
tire
I
specialist?
did. Yep. So that's
Wow.
where I started. That was the first time. I remember the first time he paid me, and I'm like, "What? Like, you're paid to do this? No."
All right, so let me go back. So you're talking the '90s. So as a female as a tire specialist, I'm sure there was a lot of looks like, what's she doing?
So I don't think so. ASA was a little more family oriented.
And a little more laid back.
Yeah,
right?
and there's a lot. I
Not
had
as
a lot
stuffy, not as.
Totally. A lot
Yeah.
of support, like, like somebody back from Minnesota named Truck helped me out, like
Okay.
Right.
showed me the ropes from right there. And then
Good.
it was, that was more family oriented. Now
Yeah.
it was competitive, like, and on televised, which
Right.
was pretty amazing from back then. But so that wasn't, it was the following year so we did that ASA for a year, and then Craig went truck racing, and they already had a tire specialist for that. So then
Okay.
I was sad. I mean,
You're kind
understand
of
sure.
out.
Totally, but I understood why. Like
Right.
it made sense. So I guess I'm like, well, I guess what am I gonna do? All I could think of is driving the Napa truck with the hat on it. I'm like, I'm gonna be driving
Oh,
the
delivering
truck.
parts.
Not
Yeah.
that that's a bad
Yes.
thing. I'm
No,
just
hey,
saying that
parts are
like
parts.
going from like
Yeah.
that exciting.
You
the
went
thrill
from
of
being
it
a racer
to
to now I'm
nothing.
out. Now
Right.
I got to go get a normal
So,
job.
yep,
And
so
we
I-
all know how that's.
It's scary.
good.
Yeah. So I sent
Yeah.
resumes.
Sucks, just so you know.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I talked to
I'll
Schrader
drink
and he's
the
like, "Just send some resumes out." And I'm like, all right. And he goes, I wouldn't do the big teams though. Now this is again, 99, 98, 99. And he's like, because they're not going to hire a girl. And I'm like, okay. Like, and
Yeah.
really, I mean, it made sense. It wasn't like anything hurtful, but so I sent out resumes to everyone and got picked up by Ryan McGlynn, the 00 out of Pennsylvania. And
Okay.
he said, I was his consultant for 3 races. He said, "We'll bring you to 3 races," and it was like Portland and Washington.
Oh,
wow.
Oh yeah, it was so
That's
great.
good.
Did you have to drive out to them?
No, I flew.
Thank God.
And
I did.
the nice, yes, the nicest
You had it coming.
people. Yeah.
Wow, Packer fans.
So I was in. I think it was Washington or Portland. I can't remember. I think it was Washington because you pitted.
Yep.
Like you didn't really pit there. And Jack Sprague came over to me and he goes, "Hey, chick," and some other things. And he's like, "I heard you need a job." And I'm like, "Yeah."
He's running a 24 truck. now.
Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
he's
No,
got
You were
it.
in the truck series at the time?
Yes.
When
he
the
was
Open
on-
Homes truck was,
That,
Mike Wallace.
well, Hanson was driving it
Okay.
at this time.
okay.
Yeah.
And the
Alright, so-
HMS, the HMS. Jack Sprague's in the Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah.
truck.
24 truck.
So
Yeah.
you were already at the trucks and you were
I
coming
was
down with the other guy.
Yeah.
doing
Okay,
the double zero.
so it started working for another team, opposite teams. Go ahead.
Yes.
Got
And
it.
then
So Sprague comes up and
and
his
he
usual
said, "Hey,
self.
chick, you need a job?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, and then he goes, "Well, I'm gonna go talk to Dennis. Meet me in the holler in 30 minutes." And I like run to Craig, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" There it was. I'm like,
I'm getting a better job than you.
I'm like,
No, she says, she's like, "What do I do?" I says, "You get your ass in that holler in
Yeah.
30
I
minutes."
was like, "What
That's
just
what you
happened?"
do.
And I met with Dennis, who was like,
Dennis.
Connor.
Thank you. That's so people know.
Crew
it.
chief
Yep.
for the truck at the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah.
Like-
Good man.
Pretty
great
renowned
man.
guy.
Yeah, great man. And he said, our tire specialist is gonna go on maternity leave, like with his wife. He said, so we'd like to have a backup.
Oh, I
Would
thought
you
they
be
had
open-"
another
No,
one.
no, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I thought you were the first. I think you're a groundbreaker. Like, oh no, you're just the second one.
he was-
Right.
Stop. He was gonna. So I just went and helped him, and like that's where it started, like with Jack.
Wow. At Hendrick in '99.
Yeah, in '99.
Real quick, two-time NASCAR champion Johnny Benson has joined us. He says, "Hey, Craig and Lisa, ASA days were awesome."
Like truly,
Thank you,
he's
John.
part of the family.
Yeah,
Johnny's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
he has been on here more than anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you know,
think
Johnny
he's our
Carson
number
had
one.
his most guests.
He's our Johnny
He's
Carson.
our, he's
Yeah.
our,
Oh, yeah.
he's our big guest for the Johnny
That's
Carson
awesome.
thing. Okay, so you're there now. You're working on a NASCAR team. Back up. What do the people back home say? Like, oh,
You made it.
You're working
Right.
with Hendrick.
So I don't know. I don't know that I ever, like.
It was never a big deal.
No, I mean, I guess my first high school reunion, it was like, what do you do? Like, like
They
50%
didn't know.
were
Yeah,
You
kind
guys
of
think of
cool.
how many people don't know what we really do.
Yeah.
You got a psychology degree and you check air pressure?
Right.
Well, that's what she can do with you. and
Well,
all
I
the
mean,
people
yeah,
that-
right.
I'm like, now that you brought it up because I've had
Checking
this
my air
say,
pressure.
as a major in psychology.
Yeah.
You are actually probably thinking like everyone you're dealing with. You kind of like analyzing all the personalities.
Yeah, do you ever get any
Well,
like, wow, that guy's a
oh, yeah.
whack
Really,
job?
like when we were truck and bush racing at HMS, the guys were in her office all the time.
Yeah, I think,
I mean,
For advice.
they,
or?
yes,
Yeah.
they leaned on her quite, but knowing that she had that degree.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I think that's
with
probably why I
girlfriends,
Get a
survived.
little
with
couch
whatever.
going on in here.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Jeez,
Lucy.
mom was so mean to me.
10 cents.
It's like,
She should have
Put a dollar in a jar.
She should have had a job out there. That's where we screwed
Right,
up.
it's just interesting because I mean, you're thinking beyond. We just start and have conversations, and you're like analyzing the conversations.
I think that's why I survived
Right?
in this sport.
'Cause
I mean, obviously now it's evolved, and like you had Liz on, and
Right.
there's definitely
Yeah.
more female
Yeah.
presence.
Sure.
But I think
But you
that
had
was
to deal
part
with
of-
a lot of men, and you know that from the time you got in, none of us are at that point in time were very savvy. I'll say about
Sure.
how we should
Right.
act.
Right.
But I don't think
You
I
know?
was either. I mean,
But you could apparently you could take it or you could
Right.
dish it back out.
that's probably it.
You
Well-
know what I mean, or straighten someone out because
Right.
I mean, we all know sitting here that this is a pretty rough deal.
Sure.
Well, I think I knew from the start that we're totally different. Like you said, I came in and realized right from the start the way I think and the way that you three think is not even the same page,
Right.
which is totally fine. There's zero wrong with that,
Right.
and I think that's probably why I lived through it because I was like, whatever.
Well, and that's good. But
Yeah.
99, I remember when I first got in the sport, I was like, oh, female tire specialist. That's cool. But I never really got to know you because we never worked the same team.
Yeah.
And I know about this much about tires. I learned by accident, but
They're round.
they're round and they the air and
Hopefully
the good
have
gear
air
on the
in
side. Yeah, little weights outside. I got it. Thanks. Mechanical is not my thing. But you guys all know that. But I thought it was great. And when I read the other day, 99, I was like, my gosh, that's longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So your work, when did you went to work at Hendrick then too, or?
2000.
Yeah, so we got Lisa in.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta get us up to speed on where you are
Right.
from when she started now to where did you go?
She went to 99 to Hendrick,
Yep.
and I stayed with Hanson at the end of 99, or 99 went to Franklin, Wisconsin to work for Donnie Finetti
Okay.
Okay.
to drive ASA.
Okay. That's Finetti. That was the ASA crowd. The Gunnerman.
Yep,
Finetti.
in that group, yep.
Yep. Was who's Musgrave maybe?
Musgrave
That
drove
was
for Gunnerman.
Gun
Yes.
for Jerry. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. My kind of my guys.
Yep.
So then I finished that season out and came back a little bit early actually, and went to work for Schrader
Okay.
on the side, building an All-Pro car to take the Copper Classic, looking for a job. Happened to be sitting at home one day. Dennis Conner called the house when they were all at Darlington, and he's like, "Hey, this is Dennis Conner. You know, somebody here says you're a pretty good mechanic." And I'm like, "Really?"
It
Pretty
wasn't-
good. That's what you gave me.
Right.
That was
No,
like great.
no.
Pretty good.
I'll be honest with you. I had nothing to do with
So,
it.
that's all right.
Dennis pulled me into the office after he hired him at Gordon Everham.
Okay.
He came to me and said, "Hey, I gotta go over something with you." And he said, I talked to someone you might know. And I'm like, I thought I was in trouble. I was very intimidated. He was a very intimidating man.
Right.
And he said, he's like, well, and he goes, I just need to make sure it's all right with you. And I'm like, I don't really think I'm qualified to make that decision, like,
Right.
mechanic wise.
I
He
just
goes, we're
assumed.
going to have a car chief, for Ricky. And I'm like, again, I don't know anyone. And he goes, well, I think you know this guy. And he's like, we're going to offer it to Craig, but I wanted to make sure, like, he'll be on a different team, but be here. And I was like, yes? Like,
I just
mean,
assumed
like,
for 25 years it was her that put my name
No,
in
I
there.
didn't
No,
do
you
that.
found now?
I
Right.
think it
Oh,
was,
see,
It
we're
is.
getting
That's-
revelations going
that
on
is
here.
true. That's
yeah,
honest
okay.
God.
I had
Okay.
nothing
So
to do with
anyway,
See what you learn here on pub table
it. This
races?
is a big thing.
so
I thought you
give
knew
her
that.
another beer.
We're gonna
See
learn
what we
more.
learned.
We're gonna learn more. And the divorce attorney's right around the corner.
So anyway, he says, "Can you come to Darlington tomorrow morning?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
And that's where it started.
Now, where were you guys living here?
In Kannapolis.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Married yet, or when?
Yeah.
We were married then.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we married before we moved here.
Okay. Those we forgot. We
93?
skipped that minor
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah. 93
Yeah.
we
Very
married.
good. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. By the way, Jeff Miles says.
Oh, yay. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one.
Good job, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Congrats. Great couple. Bar in Milwaukee was the best, right, Craig?
Yep.
Rebels.
No.
Yeah.
Yesteryears.
Yesteryears.
Oh, I went there. I went there with Pickle.
Oh, Karen. You remember
I
Karen?
I remember
Karen from
going there,
yesteryear.
yeah.
So my wife and Karen were friends.
Okay.
Your wife just said, "What bar was that?" So, I went there with Pickle. Holy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, we-
Rusty
Yeah.
would go there.
Yeah.
Karen had a lot of friends.
It was
a lot of
usually pretty
friends.
rough leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Well,
easy in.
If you
or
weren't
out.
leaving, you weren't leaving.
I forgot what hotel was. I was like,
Right.
oh, this
Oh,
is bad. I don't know where I am. Yeah. So anyhow, go ahead.
Uh,
All right. So now you went to work in Hendrickson.
Yep. I was Little Ricky's car chief, truck chief.
Little Ricky Hendrick, we're talking about.
Yep.
Yep.
So I.
What was he like?
He was
Describe him.
flipping amazing.
Yeah.
If any, yeah, he's
He's
it's
a great kid.
you can just amazing.
Yeah.
He cared about people.
Yes.
And he cared about everything. And you know, if you had a question for him, he'd always tell me like, "I might not get you the answer you want
Right.
but I'll get you an answer." I said, "That's all I care about.
Right.
Just get an answer. I can put it to bed then."
I ran into him one night when I was still writer at NASCAR.com at Vinny's when we used to have dollar beer night there.
Yes.
And he bought me a beer and he goes, like, "What's this for?" He says, "I just want to thank you for something." What? He goes, "Thanks for not being a jackass like some of these other media people." I'm like, "What's that supposed to mean?" He goes, "No, seriously, like you're not out to get us." I said, "No, because I come from you." I
Yes.
share my background with him. And ever since then, he was like we see him on the boat. And he's always going like, "Oh, who's that?" I go, "That's Ricky Hendrick." And like Rick's son, I go, "Yeah." He goes, "He seems pretty cool." Of course, he's in this big
Yeah,
boat,
big old
my
stare.
little crabby
He bought me a
pontoon
beer in Vinny's too once, and I said, "What's that for?" He says, because I feel like one more and you've had a case. No.
But I mean, that's the
Let's
type of
make
guy
that
he was.
24. No.
Yeah.
But he did have a nice scare with
Yeah.
2 800 horse
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
motors.
Really?
He'd
Yeah.
take that to Cocktail Cove, and I'd be in
Yeah.
my little trailer park pontoon. I'd be like, hey man, how are you? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so progressing from there, you're still in the truck series?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he was on Ricky's truck and I was on Jack's.
Yeah,
And
okay.
that was back when Mr. Hendrick came up with the one team racing 2 vehicles. So Dennis really ran with that. So we were basically like, we'd even oftentimes all ride in the same van.
Mm-hmm.
Like both teams,
Yeah.
if one won, everybody went to victory lane. It really
Yeah.
was. He really
It's good.
innovated. It's still harder to do in the cup level, obviously, because
It
of
is.
the competition.
Yeah.
But it was the basis
he
for
pushed
what.
he pushed the we're gonna work together.
Yeah, and Dennis
Yeah.
really ran. Dennis owned that. Like he did a great job with that back in the day. So then after 2002 was when Ricky got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I was on Jack's Bush team and he was on Ricky's Bush team. That became, that was when
David
David
drove,
Green
he
and
drove it first. and then
Hornaday.
Hornaday drove
Yep.
it some.
yeah. And so and then the next year we were on the same team for Bush Racing with Brian Vickers. We were both on the same
Right.
team.
Michael Bama Williams says, Craig, why is Michigan shaped like a glove?
So he'll slap you.
Just want to make sure. Hey, look, at these people ask questions in comments. I always
Hammond's
read
a
them.
truck driver by me, by the way. He
Yes.
loves the show. He watches it all the time.
Good. So we have
Good job, Bama.
viewers.
If he
That's
wasn't
good.
so far away, we'd get him on.
All right. All right. So as you're progressing now, you guys are working together. What's that like at home? Like, what's that like when are the conversations all about work, or do you have life things going on?
So we were.
Do you let it go when you get home?
I think
We
because
do.
we were like 2 totally different roles.
Yeah.
And then we were younger,
Mhm.
traveling. It was just so much fun back in the day. Like,
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
Totally.
you had so much of it was our bush teams isn't you're a lot more closer, and we had a great bush team too.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then you got to travel. We saw Elvis's house, and
Yeah. So you're
yes.
younger and you've never seen the United States,
and we did
and
it
now you're
together.
getting to do all of this.
Together.
Yeah,
And-
in
and-
different
yeah.
vans.
Yeah.
We didn't run in
Right.
ride in the same van. A lot of
Yeah,
people
we
didn't
stayed-
know we were married
Sure.
until
Most people.
not because we
Not
didn't like
me.
each other, but because and then I have a huge respect for his position. I thought he worked the crowd. You got to figure we had just an odd group.
Mhm.
He had a female tire specialist who
Yeah.
happened to be his wife too, and then he had just a whole bunch of different characters on this Bush team, and I thought he
They
just
were, too.
handled it
Yeah.
so well. So
Back
it
then
was
there's a
like-
lot of
You're
characters.
the one.
Yeah.
You're the one with the degree in psychology,
yeah.
and you're the street smart one.
He did. I mean, I was, there was nothing, and then it was real good for me because I could ask more. I would know, setup wise, I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? So tire wise, I felt like I was on top of my game.
Yeah.
It really propelled
So you
me
guys
to
kind
be
of
better.
you guys fed off each other on that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he felt about me, but I felt like I was like that. I mean, he's one of the,
I was
one
probably,
of the better car chiefs I've worked with.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
I mean,
There ain't nobody who'll doubt that.
yeah,
I worked with him for a long
A lot
time.
of compliments.
yeah, no,
Uh,
I was probably harder on her than anybody.
as he should have been.
Like,
I mean,
we gotta have this stuff.
Right.
We gotta go.
and it wasn't a joking thing then. It was like a respect thing where I
Sure.
was like, I'm not gonna that much.
So I have a question that just jumped in my brain. You just said a lot of people didn't really know you were married, and I'm just going to ask because she's a very attractive woman. What if someone said, "Man, your tire specialist is hot"? Your answer is
Go for it.
That's
oh.
okay. Here,
All right,
on that,
all right.
all right, cheers.
On
Get
that
up there. Woo!
Good luck.
Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, all right.
I would never. I mean, no. I would say.
That's the hardest I've laughed on.
I would say thank you. Yes, she is.
Right.
And you leave it at that.
She's got a degree in sociology. You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would have said, yeah, don't worry, I will tell her at breakfast tomorrow. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, exactly.
When we go back to the room tonight after I buy her dinner, I'll let her know.
You know, because aren't you she would go out with the team, some of the team guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't much of a go to the bar person early or ever.
we-
Right away.
But I was like a get back to the hotel, leave the van door open, and bench race for a while.
Yeah.
that's
3, 4,
always
5
yeah,
beers.
Yeah,
Where she'd go.
We did
clean
that a
up,
lot.
and
hotel
we,
party.
and we had
Yeah.
a few guys that would like to go to the bar and stuff, so
Right.
she'd go with them, and then
It was easier for us to stay in our dirty clothes, go back to the hotel, sit in the parking lot,
Get
have our
fast food.
beers,
Yeah.
Get fast food. Yeah.
and go to bed.
Yeah.
Gar- you know,
'Cause
you
you're-
see garbage.
You know,
garbage
'cause
can
some
coolers.
people don't get this. You're working your guts out.
Oh,
Back
back then,
That's a long day, man. Those are long days. Those are long days, and you're dirty, you're filthy. You want to have you're going to have a half a dozen beers or more, and you're going to get in the shower, and then you're going to hit the pillow.
Yeah.
Boom,
Right.
done.
yeah.
Tom Beatty, our #1 fan, she talked about Graceland. He says, Lisa, stop by Tim's house. You'll see where Elvis lives now.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a 6-foot Elvis statue.
Awesome.
That's fabulous.
Yes, gifted by Ron Hornaday. So yeah, just being
Awesome.
Yeah, people come over there and well, I got don't worry about it. It goes with it.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
get up to speed.
Okay, let's get up to speed. So you guys are working together.
It goes from truck racing to
Bush,
racing.
and then
And then in 2005, Craig moved into the Cup
With
Series.
the Kellogg's car.
Okay.
Kyle Busch and Alan Gustafson, and I was still in the Busch
We
Series.
won the Bush Championship.
at
03.
Hendrick.
With
Yeah.
Vickers though.
Yeah, we're
We
still-
can't
That's
forget
right.
that. We won the 03.
You're still at Hendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
so you have championships with Jack
Jack,
Yeah,
I
we,
got
have-
we both.
between
I
the
mean,
two.
Yeah,
we're,
let-
we're-
let-
let me hear
we're
this.
both pretty fortunate with the championship rings, in championships.
So
Uh,
tell us, brag about
I
it.
mean, it's hard. It's I don't like. It's weird to talk about.
You can. This is what the show's about.
But, you know,
It's
People back there want to know.
Yeah.
You know, we've got. I don't know. You've got 3 with Jack,
2 with Jack.
2 with Jack. I got 1 with Jack. 2 kinda.
Okay.
Because I was his Jack man, but I was Ricky's truck chief.
99 now I got.
That's
So
right.
you're a wall guy too.
Right.
All right.
Yep. And
So then Bush.
got the 03 Bush ring.
With Brian Vickers.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I got the 2009 Cup ring with Jimmy Johnson.
That's
I
nice.
did also.
But I was actually on the
But anyway,
So how- wait.
the bottom line is like I say to people, say I really would like to earn it 100%.
Sure.
Be on the team. Be connected.
in the trenches.
Yeah.
But Rick, the stuff that we did,
Yep.
it wasn't. It was 07 is the one I got, and you know I'd gone to Red Bull in 07, and we were at Bristol, and Ken House called me over to the 48 trailer. I'm like, wow, what's this all about? And I walk in, he says, here, Rick wanted you to have this.
Wow.
Because there was some certain things that went on in
Some
07 that I
circumstances.
was involved with
Right.
that Rick obviously noticed or somebody
Right.
did, and he gave me a 48 ring.
How'd that feel?
Dude, it blows me away today.
Yeah.
What's it like to hold that in your hand?
It's unbelievable. You
You're
know, so,
heavy.
you
Yeah.
know,
Okay, so I've got.
you know,
Well, go ahead.
I only got one.
I have Xfinity. That's one more thing. I got
you know,
three
but you know, I mean,
Xfinity.
we're fortunate enough to work at HMS.
No,
man.
I get it.
Right.
We got,
Took care
you know,
of
the
it.
100th win ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you got the 200th win ring.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
we worked at
amazing.
DEI. We're still waiting for 2 rings from 04 and 05 for Truex
You
is
got
I'm
Truex.
not. That ship sailed.
No.
I
Yeah.
thought for
Let
sure
it
you
go,
got the
man.
Truex one.
No.
Dang it.
Let it go.
I know. I'm just saying. No, I want them.
I think we should
All right.
have them.
Anyhow.
yeah.
Probably on eBay.
So anyway,
Well, they
we're
were never
we're
made. Anyway.
fortunate, very fortunate.
Right.
Well, I
Exactly.
mean, that's got to be pretty cool. I mean, you two, you work in the sport, you spend a lot of time, and now you're working at a different team now.
Correct.
All right, and you're with Hendrick. since
No.
then.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, you were the queen of the tire pile. Is that what they call it, the tire pile?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liz,
Yeah.
Liz was on here and she said, "Oh yeah, she was the queen of the tire pile." I'm like, "What do you mean a tire pile?" Yeah, that's what we call the people that work
Yeah.
in tire
Yeah,
stores.
well,
I said, "Okay," and that had to be pretty cool that you were the. I mean,
Well,
you're
I
the
don't know
lead
that I
tire
knew
person.
that.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
don't
Well,
think I knew that.
you say it like this. You're the first and top female of that.
But you know,
of that job description.
Right.
I don't think we ever talk about it though. I just did it.
Right.
Like,
was
Yeah.
it wasn't like
happened.
we
No
had
one ever
social
really
media.
did. It's
No.
been like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's Lisa, or
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just what.
you know, I didn't even know your name at first when I first started to do. I'm like, look, there's a girl running them tires. And someone said, she don't just run them. She does the
She's
whole
it,
thing. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, well, good for her.
Yeah.
Lopes,
Oh, yeah.
lay off the cheeseburger. She's got you beat.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's back. He's on the bicycle. He's
I
doing
know.
good.
I
saw
know.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
funning with him. I hope he heard
He
that.
calls
I
his
hope he
name
does
is
too.
Tire God Lopes or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, Okay, he enjoyed his
Yeah.
king of the tire pile.
I love working with him.
Bender says he would work next to Lisa or Craig any day of the week. Great people and coworkers and workers, obviously.
I love him.
Thank you, Bender.
So now, when you work for different teams, so right now you're with Stewart Haas.
Yep.
Okay, and your role there is,
Chop mechanic for the 41 car.
do you travel?
Once in a while.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it, like you do.
We
sometimes.
tried to have a beer together. It didn't work out. It was late.
Was
Wait.
that Daytona?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the test.
Oh, at the test. Got it. We worked together at RCR for a while.
Yep.
What's it like when you guys were on the same team, both traveling? What were the conversations like? If one did good, one did better, one didn't, one had
Was
a
there
terrible
any of
day?
that? Yeah.
So-
Was there days
Like
you took
now?
each other out? I'm
I mean,
just curious.
I'd
Back
just,
in the day.
I'd throw some once in a while, just like we kicked your ass today or something.
Yeah.
You know, I
It
leave
just
it at
doesn't
that.
happen
You
that
know,
often.
but it doesn't
No,
happen
not when
that
we're racing
often.
against HMS.
I mean,
Right.
now last year he won all the time. It's a different.
Sure.
Like
Yes.
we
Yeah.
definitely don't now that we're both like he was in the Busch Series before and I was still in the Cup Series, so that wasn't we could talk, but we don't
Right.
talk about technical things.
No, you can't.
Dude,
No.
and I think we're more excited. Like last year, you guys were winning all the time
Right.
at the beginning of the year. That like I think it's more like a pride thing where I'm
Right.
excited for him.
Good.
Frustrated for me.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, because I have to work on weekends too. So it's a little frustrating, but at least we get. We got double the chance to win. Like
Yeah,
every weekend, I want him to finish 5th through 9th.
Right.
I mean,
you know, we got.
Fifth through ninth.
Oh, me too. I want you to finish
I got-
about the same
I want to get a job on a team, so I don't get in this conversation.
But we both have 8 chances for a bonus every week.
Right.
Okay, well that's good.
So I mean, which is cool. I mean, it's
All right.
another fortunate thing.
Speaking of Mike Wallace, told you sometimes he gets bored. This is the fan club calling in. Hey, hold our calls.
So that Slugger, he wants to know why he left the notebook
Okay,
on top of the
all
car.
right, we're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that. Real quick. Mike Wallace says, "Great people, tell him hello." You just did.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Stephen Gonzalez says, "Craig, you never worry about notebooks in the shop." All right.
Here it
So
comes.
we have a question that came in from Slugger.
Oh, of course.
He
Who's
said,
Slugger? Who?
yeah,
Slugger, your neighbor, Lobby?
right.
Oh, is
All
that?
right. So he said, Lisa.
Apparently you were in his van?
Lisa, you want to know how the night out went last Wednesday with the neighborhood people?
I don't think I was there.
Okay, well,
Okay,
I
sorry,
said-
Slugger.
No,
He wasn't
that's
there.
it. Were you there? Were you there?
We said we wouldn't put anybody on the spot.
We were kind of there, but we went and did a little bourbon tasting.
Bourbon tasting.
And I'll just tell anybody, do not go bourbon tasting on Wednesday night.
Not
No.
if you're going to add
I would
craft
go-
beer and a glass of wine.
Ooh.
At my age, you should never do
I wouldn't
that.
go bourbon tasting,
Never.
period.
By the way, we're on YouTube, but there's only one person watching right now. We'll spice you and make it good.
Did
All right.
Slugger leave?
Slugger did it.
You did it.
Slugger.
I was
probably
going to
did
say,
do it.
there's-
Yeah.
that's
Did
pretty
it.
good
See the
shots.
cursor? Just
Yeah,
back me
yeah.
up. Slugger's.
Yeah.
This cursor's way over there.
The
Right?
minute he sent that,
Yeah, that was it. All
What
right.
did
Why
he
is he
say?
so
He
mean?
didn't send anything because it's Slugger.
Slugger.
So when we left, you all went on a good time on Wednesday. All right, we'll leave it be. We'll let you off the hook at that.
Where were we?
There was another question about you and ankle weights when cleaning. Do you
Oh
want to
my
clarify
gosh.
that or no?
no.
Okay, good. All right.
Well, Craig.
Pumps?
I don't
You
know.
don't have to
when-
wear pumps
No,
or
that's
nothing.
what I know. All right. Okay. I was asked to ask these
I
questions.
think he's jealous because some of us got to clean our own houses.
Now,
Oh,
you're
Slugger?
neighbors though, right? You guys are like
Yes.
real close to each
Yes.
other, aren't
Yes.
Yes.
you? On the same road or
Yeah.
that same dirt
Slugger.
road.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I've been on that road to go get crab from him.
Yeah.
Slugger gets a
Oh,
good
yeah.
deal on crab.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And Tommy.
Welcome back,
He's a great
folks.
guy.
Sorry about that technical difficulties. It's Facebook's fault. They blew up. The Russians attacked us. And
Right.
Our computer got COVID. But good. I think I covered it.
I think that's good enough for me.
Right. Okay.
Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
And we're back. All right. So there is an instance that it's been talked about several times on this show by some of your loving coworkers. One time it was at Bristol
It was Bristol.
when you were at RCR.
Just
This is your chance to set the record straight. You're working on the 27 car Paul Menard, right?
Yeah.
And you were the car chief at the time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're the car chief, and your wife was praising you up and down being a car chief. Something happened.
one of the best car chiefs on the planet.
Exactly.
I don't
And-
know that I said that.
Okay, no, other go. So was it practice?
It was
Practice.
Okay,
practice.
so set the record straight. It's practice. The 27 car. You left
It's-
something on the Hood or the deck lid?
On the deck lid.
On the deck lid.
We came in with normal deal, 2 minutes to go in happy hour. Right rear spring. Got to get her done. And, so I got my numbers here. Threw the book on the deck lid.
Through the right rear spring?
Put the spring in.
For people who don't know, this is a big change with probably 5 minutes ago and Slugger barking at you on the radio. This is a high pressure.
Yeah.
This is a very high pressure big change.
Right.
And get it done, and you're probably going to be burned, and it's loud, and you're on pit road. I mean, it's not a good deal.
Oh,
and
thank you. Hi,
you know,
Kim. Our business manager helping us out there.
Thank you.
There you go.
So-
we put him on the bucket. I was putting him on the bucket.
Anyway, I set the book on the deck lid, and there's like, 3 of us doing the spring change, and then
Right.
someone standing back behind the car that backs him out in a hurry up, And I get done doing the rounds, I just step back. I'm like, next thing you know, caution's out.
the book.
Yeah. Boyer's running around saying on his radio, get all them papers.
That's after he left RCR, right? Yeah.
No, he was still there.
He was still there.
Okay, got it.
So Craig's notebook is on the deck lid. Paul goes makes a lap. Everything blows all over the place. All the secret notes that crew
right.
chiefs and
Yeah.
car chiefs had, and that's and we called it the Notebook, for
Okay.
the movie.
Not-
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
But
So-
TV
so-
said it was Sluggers because
Yeah,
I was
right.
watching.
TV said it was
Yes.
his, 'cause,
I was at
mean,
work and I saw it happen and I went,
So,
oh,
so
that
after-
is not
a-
Sluggers Notebook.
So that happens.
So you knew it was right
I,
away.
right
right,
away,
so-
I was like, oh.
Nice.
So that
Honey's
happens.
in trouble.
That
Yeah.
happens, and then next thing you know, practice is over. Normal deal at Bristol. You got 3 minutes to get your shit in the trailer
Yeah.
because the race is starting.
It's
blah,
a
blah,
mess.
blah.
Spinning race.
Yeah.
Slugger's like everybody in the trailer right now.
Wait a minute. What about all the papers strewn all over the place?
Well, I already went and got all those.
Okay, got it.
So now people are tweeting him the book with his picture on it, the Notebook.
NASCAR has one.
He was mad as hell. I get it. It's my screw up.
Okay.
But he took the hit for
You
it.
owned it though, right?
Absolutely.
Slugger's the guy that if you own something,
Yeah.
he's good about it. You're like, hey
So,
man, that's on me.
since
Sorry.
you're sitting here, so your first reaction did you realize the book was on there? When did you?
The minute I see the
Oh.
first paper flying.
That's when you found out.
Shit.
So in
you
the
said
book-
no F-bombs, but I said a lot.
Okay, so they weren't 3-ring binder clipped in.
It was.
Oh, but they all just tore
Yeah.
out of it. Oh,
Yeah.
because he was going so
Oh,
fast.
because the cars were hitting it.
Yeah. Oh.
They started.
Oh.
Yeah, they just started. Yeah.
So the
It
Notebook
didn't
fighter,
just
and your
fly,
first-
it got ran over.
Your first
Looked
reaction
like a
is,
flock of seagulls got hit.
your first
Doll popping.
your first reaction was, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Slugger's reaction was not happy.
Yeah.
Paul Menard
He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, Paul didn't give a shit again.
and Richard Childress, did he?
He didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he was
He had nothing
Where's
to say.
Austin?
He had nothing to say. I wasn't working on it. So he had nothing for me. All right.
Yeah.
So how much grief did you take for that? For how long? Besides tonight?
Just it's on and off like this.
Okay,
So
sure,
it
okay.
really wasn't bad,
But
Yeah.
I feel like Slugger took the hit.
He did.
Yeah.
Like,
He
wait,
took
and
the-
he never
Well, he took
once-
the social hit.
Yeah,
Right.
because he never rolled you either. He just laughed. He'd giggle it off, and I'm like, I cannot believe.
Once
yeah,
that
he
day was
got
over,
you.
he did.
Yes.
So to
But he
make you,
still gets me every day.
oh, okay. So someone, Doug Smokstad, he said, Dad's proud of you both.
Oh,
There you
yay.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, there
Glad
you
you
go.
made it. He's all the way in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Nice.
They're in Minnesota.
Go Packers.
There you go.
Minnesota.
Oh,
Stop
that's how the fight started. James Bender says, we're talking about practice. Dustin Stanley says, stuff happens, especially at Bristol. You're right. All right.
Thanks,
it.
Dustin.
Okay. All right. So you guys have been at this. So you have a family now. You have a,
Yes, we have one daughter,
how old?
14. She's very
14?
Yeah, she's upset that
Yep.
she wasn't invited.
She could have
Oh,
came.
we
She
didn't
said
know.
there's she's at Top Golf, so
Oh,
she
Oh, so,
But she
oh,
would've
top
been-
golf.
Jeez, I'm sorry I didn't get to go to Top
Yeah.
Golf.
That's what I
You
said.
guys could have done this without me.
She was all about it. She goes, well, I'm going too, and I'm like, I don't think you're invited. And then
What?
she got this. She's playing golf,
Okay.
and that was their special trip.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she was all about this. She had lots to say. She said.
All right. So she's 14. So what is her take on mom and dad work in racing.
Yeah.
So,
And
you
where's
know,
she at with all of this?
So 14 is different. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Very.
like,
Let's go back to 5, 6.
yeah, so she was at the racetrack all the time. Like, Jimmy Bender's parents watched her when she was 6 months old.
Okay.
Like, because I kept, I was supposed to come off the road, but kept getting back on the road.
Sure.
So she's been everywhere.
She
But
says
she was
okie
so-
dokie a lot, doesn't she?
Yes.
Okie dokie,
She
Mom.
was, yeah, she does. But she's so
She
young.
doesn't like Miller Lite though.
At 14, we should hope not.
Right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, right.
I hope not. But so it's hard because it was like nothing. Like, I remember she was probably 4 and we were in California to visit our first, like, a girl that used to live with us, like, we call her our first daughter, and we got in the elevator and Dale Jr. got in the elevator and she looked up and she's like, well, maybe she was 5 or 6, and she looked up and she goes, hey, dude. Like, and
No
we
big
like
deal.
get off and we leave and I go, you know who that was? And she goes, yeah, that was one of your drivers. And I'm like, okay.
Like nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
like, so
Alright.
now I think, she obviously gets it, but
Yeah.
she's still not, she's gonna probably
She's not starstruck by
Not
it
in
because
any way.
Not at all.
it's
Yeah.
it's easy not to be, right?
She's not overly interested, but she will, because I work at home on weekends, she does know what's going on. She'll, she'll actually ask about it, and
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna bring
good.
her to the race this weekend.
Good.
She's, like, I've never been to a race, so I'm kind of excited to watch the
As
Roval
a,
spectator.
Got it.
Yeah. Like,
very good.
I don't
On
know
the
that
outside
I'll-
of the track.
Yeah, on the outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Never done that. Yep.
All right, I'm actually going to be inside this weekend.
Taking
We'll
it
look
off.
for you.
I mean, so many people I know, like, okay, like 5 people I still know.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
There's a
changed.
lot. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch in that chair right there.
Well, I might not stay for the whole race, but I'm going to definitely be down. Just say hey, see what's
Right,
going on.
no,
Say
that's
hi.
good. You
I
gotta do
think I
that.
have to go to the test on Monday.
Matthew,
I do too. I'll
Nate
see
Troop
you
says
there.
hey. Yo, Craig and Lisa.
What's up, True?
Phil Pott, former guest, says
Oh,
Yep,
yay.
Phil
2 of the
Pott.
best people I've ever met.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
you
that.
guys get a lot of that. You're one of
Jets-
our more popular.
Yeah.
Everybody likes you guys, which is cool.
Yep.
We like you too.
I was gonna say, wait a
Jet,
minute.
2 of the coolest people to ever step in the garage. Love them.
Jet.
Jet,
Jet's
you're
my
the man.
hero.
That's perfect. Yeah, Craig, I gotta say
Absolutely
something.
my hero.
And I don't really know you, so I'm just gonna.
That's good.
I'm not gonna lie. I've known you for years. We worked together. You're one of those guys that's so nice that you get scared. Like, what's this guy want? What's up with him? And you are so genuine, so nice that you're like, all right, there's something's got to go wrong. And you walk away going, God, what a really nice guy. And it just want to say thank you for being sincere and being a good
I appreciate
because
that.
there's a lot of jerks around.
No.
You know that.
Yeah,
In life,
absolutely.
I'll
So
ask him
100%.
like this. So
Yeah,
Because
that-
I had to be on
that's
the-
hard.
I appreciate that.
I had to be on the mechanical and fab side with him, and it was always so easy to get along with him as a car chief. Because me being in my position where I was at RCR, you always wasn't like that. He was the easiest car chief. Well, you and Haney both. But, some of them guys are like, they think that there's a trick of the week, and you were never
Right.
like that.
Right.
And you're always like, Warren, whatever you want to do, do. And we're good, and you're not a jerk.
Yeah.
You weren't.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You always respected what I had to do, and I hope you think that I always respected what you had to do.
Sure.
No, you guys absolutely. Everybody's got a deal with dude.
Yeah.
So it's like if
You know the guy I'm talking about. Hey,
No.
I still work with them.
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
move this here.
right.
That ain't gonna work.
We're gonna move this here 100,000, and then we're gonna move this here.
And the engineer's like,
And I'm going like, no, you're not.
Right. So that's the thing. It's not my job to
Right.
like
you didn't
micromanage you.
Yeah.
If you're the speedway guy or the intermediate
Right.
guy, you come up to me and say, "Hey, I gotta do something on this quarter panel." I'm like,
Do it.
"Do it."
And
I'm just gonna make
get
sure
out of the way.
I'm just
We got to
gonna-
get this thing wrapped. I got to get it on the
Yeah,
truck.
I'm gonna make sure it gets through tech and it
Right.
don't fall apart.
perfect.
You know.
So how you guys have been in the sport? I'm doing the quick math. 20-something years.
Yeah,
30?
20, 25, I think.
Yeah.
We
So,
would say 25
50
here.
50 years of experience sitting
20,
here.
20, 60. Go 80.
Not me, not you.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, okay, there. Okay.
Let's not count us
Oh,
as
okay.
a couple.
Yeah, that's definitely not us.
We're a couple of knobs.
Okay. So what's your game plan? Do you have just go till you pick one day? You're like, you know what, we're good.
No, I hope I can do it until you put me down.
Until you get
Like
Social Security.
Yeah. Listen,
What?
I think every day I drive in to work and I'm like, today's the day I'm gonna get fired.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. And then when I leave, I'm like, whew, made it through another
Are you
one.
kidding?
Seriously, after all this time?
Totally. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I
Wow.
absolutely love what I do.
That
like,
helps. Okay, that's I
like
got
there's
that.
just a ton of passion. Like every day, I'm like, what can I do better?
Yeah,
Like,
good.
and so I'm always thinking, oh my gosh, today's. And then the sport is changing.
Yep.
It went to a point where I was a tire specialist, but I also did the travel,
Right.
not getting the travel, but organizing all that and did the front office stuff in the Bush team. Then I was just a tire specialist, which you could do in the Cup Series
Sure.
back then.
Yeah.
Then they shrunk the field,
Yep.
so that you can't just be a tire specialist,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is fine because I do other things at the shop now,
Good.
a lot of statistical analysis. But then now we're back to where you have to have just a tire guy,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you don't. They're basically. The
I'm
only
almost the other way,
people that
Lisa,
work.
about not the. Am I gonna have a job at day? I'm like, man, I'm going in there. I'm telling them, I'm done. I'm over
No.
this. I gotta tell them this has got to change. Something's got to change. They're killing me.
No.
I
Right.
mean, I'm a 56-year-old fabricator that I got to work like I'm 20.
Sure.
And
that's okay. That means you still care.
That's what I like.
So when I
yeah.
was with Richard
Yeah.
Chillis, Dave Hart, my predecessor, said every day I went in, I thought, this is the day I get fired. If you have that attitude, it's probably not healthy, but at the same time,
Yeah. It's
you're
motivating.
not taking anything for granted.
Yeah.
You're not strutting there like, yep, I'm here, I'm good
Yeah.
forever.
Oh, I never
one,
feel like
one
that.
day they're gonna go.
I'm just,
No.
I'm either
Yeah.
on one side of the fence
Sure.
or the other. Jesus, I'm getting canned, or I'm going in there.
do
Fixing
you need a
it.
psychologist? Because Lisa would be glad to talk to you.
Yeah.
I need
We
lots more.
should go off camera though.
Let's see. Doug, your dad says, Craig, tell them about what you said about not donating your life to racing.
Yeah, right.
What? What?
This is back.
When you were a kid?
We're gonna get into
100
this.
years ago,
100 years ago. Okay.
and shit, probably 88 maybe.
Ooh,
Okay.
And building the first race car for my brother, and I was in high school or just after high school, and I had other things in my mind besides going racing.
Right, maybe engineering or something, or
Yeah, right. Yeah, thinking
You
about
know.
engineering.
Kyla?
I don't know.
Let him
That's
start. Let him tell the story. This is closing out the show.
plumbing, welding.
So anyway, Dad would always have
Hit him.
Dad would have his cronies in the shop in the garage building
Right.
this race car, and I'd come home 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And he's like, "Where ain't you been? Why aren't you out here building this race car?" I said, "I ain't gonna let racing run my life." And I told him that like a half a dozen times, and
Here we are.
When you were 17.
so he reminds me that, hey, don't let racing run your life.
Oops.
Yeah, but it made your life.
Yeah.
You're right,
Because
exactly.
you had that
It is. It's our life. It is our lives.
Yeah.
It turned. It's
okay.
our lives.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
This
you.
was fun.
Yep.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
And,
Cheers,
we-
you guys.
Oops, sorry. I won't forget it. Hey, and we appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And great story. You're great people.
Cheers to all you guys.
And I can see why so many people like you. But new with you, I can see just talking tonight why so many people just love being around you.
Great history.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up.
Thank you guys.
Unsung heroes.
Go.
Right here.
Go win this week.
People have been doing this for
Oh, yeah.
25 years.
We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Go win.
Well, one of
Well,
you,
we
three,
should.
go win.
We should.
All right. Should we?
I feel like we should.
Yeah.
You
You guys can fight about
Who
this
do you
off
like?
I mean, I'd
Chase?
take any one of the four of us.
Sure.
Who do you like? Kevin or Eric?
Any one of them that can go win.
I mean, I like
them all.
Sure.
Our points are good, but I would like to see Blaney.
All right. Let's say it. Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Thanks,
Good night,
everybody.
Dick.
Stay healthy, stay safe, everyone. And now we're going to end the video on purpose. Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank
show.
you so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night. And Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching. And,
Right. We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. And it's just a fun show. Bucket of beer, guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people, and we will see you next week, right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.